All right, welcome back to Q&A with QA. I'm your host, Quinn Arrington, joined today by KRLD's own Blake Holland. Blake, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just well. All right, so you work at KRLD. Tell us what you do there exactly.
Yeah, so right now I'm working part-time as a weekend news anchor, and I also do fill-in on the weekdays. So primarily, my only set shift each week is on Sunday morning. So the shift is 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. KRLD works off of an all-news schedule. So as opposed to where some radio stations just might do news once or twice a day or maybe each hour, we do news all the time. So on Sunday mornings, for the most part, we kind of deviate from the all-news format. We do an all-news newscast from 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. So that's 2.5 hours of live news, weather, sports, traffic, business. And then after that, until 1 o'clock, I do 2 news updates an hour.
That's awesome. All right, so you work here now, you're in college. How'd you get your start in radio?
So when I was a kid, I grew up around the corner from a radio station in my hometown. So we're talking a town of like 6,000 people. And to go along with the 6,000 people town, there was a 6,000 watt AM FM radio station. So that was just around the corner from my house. And so my mom knew the owner. So when I was a kid, I was interested. I got my mom actually to call up the owner. And he said, yeah, I could come up and hang out. And so I would ride my bike there starting 4th, 5th grade. And then I hung out there till eventually they started paying me when they could legally.
Yeah. So you're kind of doing the same stuff that you used to, or is it different than what?
Yeah. So
back in the day?
yeah.
Obviously, it's different because you were younger back then.
Right. And I mean, I started out doing like very simple things. I was in the 5th grade, so I was reading current conditions, temperatures and time checks, and reading the birthday calendar. That was my primary responsibility. So at KRLD, I mean, basically all of that helps with what I do now. Because working in a small news operation, it was just me at KGAS in Carthage. So I was gathering news and delivering the news. And at KRLD, it's not too different than that. I also do the gathering of the news and the delivering of the news as well, because on the weekends, we don't have any people. So it's me and just a couple of other guys. So it's almost the same thing, just a much bigger market and a different station.
So you've had your foot in both TV news and radio news. How are they similar and how are they different?
Yeah, so radio news, obviously you don't have the pictures. So the thing about radio is you're just focusing on sound. So if you're looking to, do better on your writing and maybe audio a little better, a lot of times in TV things that are neglected are sound. It's kind of, people don't realize that half of television is audio. So radio is just different. You don't have the picture, so there's certain stories you can do where on TV you kind of have to have the visual too.
Perfect. All right, Blake Holland, KRLD's Sunday morning news anchor. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that's right. You can tune in Sunday mornings from 6:30 to 9 a.m. and then you have the updates until 1 o'clock each Sunday afternoon, and then filling in throughout the week whenever needed.
There we go. Thanks, Blake.
You bet.